obsessed with this dinosaur, you guys. I used to love dinosaurs when I was a kid. And they always seemed like it was kind of a joke. But there's a lot of stuff that we've been told that never seemed logical, but the idea is nice though, isn't it? So it occurred to me that I need some like hippied out psychedelic music because jazz just wasn't cutting it anymore. You know, we're so lucky to live in our own little world. I really feel for society constantly choosing to be shat upon by society. Hold on. Ooh! I was thinking about high school when I woke up. It's coming, I know it's coming. It's gotta be this one. There it is. You know, like whenever you think it's one part of the song, but it's not, because the song's too fucking long. That happens all the time if you listen to Allman Brothers. But anyway. Ooh, freshly cut grass. That's one of my favorite smells in the entire world. This song's about me. This song's called Mama Tried. No, I've actually never been to jail. You think that somebody like me would have surely been to jail, but you know, I think I've always been too aware of things to get myself into too much trouble. I think the kinds of people that end up in jail are just stupid because they don't understand the world they live in, and they also don't know how to commit crimes. Y'all know how much we hate authority figures. That being said, I don't hate authorities so much that I don't know how to play. Because I look at it like this. As bad of a liar as I am, if I know that I need something from somebody or something's gonna happen, if I'm not able to maintain, I will maintain. I think that's the biggest issue with mentally ill people. is they don't know how to maintain, and then they end up being forced to take some medication or some shit. Because I see this a lot with people saying, oh, I was forced to take medication. If you're forced to take medication, that's probably because you're acting crazy, dude. Stop doing that shit, okay? Stop acting like a human. Stop it. Just be a robot and just be on your phone all the time and say whatever they tell you to say. If people are quiet, that's another thing. People don't know how to be quiet. How much proof do you need that this country does not know how to be quiet? Like, if they actually appreciated their freedom, they would learn how to utilize silence, okay? Because you don't need to spout your opinions all the time. Time and place, motherfucker. Everybody is saying things when it's kind of pointless to say things. And they're doing this in the totally wrong place, and that place is obviously social media, okay? If you really want people to change their behavior, you need to be the example of good behavior, okay? But not just that. Like, people that think that they're going to be effective going on Twitter, I mean, I shouldn't completely discourage this, but it seems to me that the most effective thing that you can do is be that voice of reason in really small ways, you know? So of all the people that I told not to take that shot, maybe 3 of them listened to me, okay? But that was still 3 people. Now, granted, those people are already skeptical about it and hated Trump. But plenty of people still support his ass. Isn't that crazy? I guess it's not crazy when you look at the emotional nature of most people in this country. You know? Because they're attached to him because they're attached to America. And they can't let it go. Even though it'd probably be in their best interest, because we could create something a lot better, but it would have to be a separate society, you know? A lot of people can't even fathom that idea. They can't even fathom the thought of, like, doing something different than what their fellows are doing. Okay? The reason why the smartphone is so addictive isn't because it has GPS on it. It's not because you can pay for stuff using it. Everybody knows why that smartphone is so addictive. Look, I guarantee you, man, if you deleted your social media apps, you wouldn't be on it anywhere near as much as you are. You know, but that's the thing, like, the people that control stuff like that, they know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. Most of the people that live here don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it. Oh, this is one of my favorite songs by this band because it talks about spirituality. is all about how, like, you just do what you're supposed to do and everything works out. And how all these other people, they get caught up in the bullshit and they don't have anywhere near as much of a sense of purpose. Exactly. Future. Oh, just look what's in your hand. Yeah, like people that do stuff that's utterly pointless. Just like their fellows that are doing stuff that's utterly pointless. They don't understand not having the same mentality that doesn't work out for anybody. You know? And if you so much as suggest that, like, hey, just get the fuck off Facebook, dude. I said that in 2006. I said, man, this is gonna destroy the world. And then everybody got on it. See, I do think I'm being rewarded for choosing myself and choosing my sanity and whatever mental health I happen to have as a result of believing in God, not as a result of believing in anything pharmaceutical. I mean, everything therapeutic, I figured it out for myself. And here's the thing, clinicians aren't always wrong. Clinicians aren't always wrong. Pharmaceuticals are always wrong, though, because you're taking the easy way out, which is why all these people that take them are being punished. But I do understand, though, that people feel backed into a corner, and when they feel backed into a corner, they don't know what else to do. But, like, take shitty advice, apparently. It sucks, though, because, like, yeah, you can't... You can't convince these people to believe more in themselves, you know? And what it really boils down to is a lack of patience. People aren't patient with themselves. So they're not patient enough to wait for their situation to change or their mood to change. They're not patient to wait around for the right person to come along. So, you know, they get mad because they don't have what they want right now. And that's what you're seeing. Like, all these people that are, they can't get off psychiatric drugs. The reason for that is because they never solved the issue. They have the same issue coming off medication that they did when they started on medication. The whole reason why they're on medication in the first place is literally because they don't have patience with themselves. And they can't just wait for shit to stabilize. Let me tell you, you will be rewarded for being patient. really will. Like, if you wait around for things to get better, they will, man. But that's the problem, is like, a lot of people, they just don't have faith, period. But if you don't have faith in the right stuff, you'll have faith in the wrong stuff. Because you're still gonna deal with, like, life shit, you know? You're still gonna deal with brain shit. It's just crazy to me, like, people would rather have, like, a quarter of the experience that they could have, because that experience is painful, you know, that experience is hard. It's like, yeah, but things are going to be harder because you're being such a little weakling just because you have to feel stuff, you know? So I was talking to this guy that I met at an AA meeting, and he was saying, like, he was absolutely shocked that I don't believe in medication. And he said that he tried to get off Prozac, and 4 months into it, he said this dark cloud just enveloped over him, and he ended up going back on it. And I was thinking, that motherfucker's probably in protracted withdrawal. But the thing is, like, I really can't talk about this kind of thing with normies because they just trust the authority. Like, he told me that he was following doctor's orders when he was tapering off of this shit. And I'm trying to figure out how to talk to the sheep about this, because, like, you gotta tread lightly. Because they believe in a bunch of crap that doesn't work. And eventually it's not going to work anymore. You know? Because you max out. But people don't think about that. Now, I know I sound like a hypocrite because I've done a lot of drugs. But the thing is, though, when you do drugs to elevate and try to understand your experience versus doing drugs to escape and run away from your experience, like, that's two completely different things. So I don't believe in drug use in regards to just running away from yourself. I always did drugs to the opposite. So I never understood people that say, like, oh, you're trying to escape. I'm like, from what, dude? How is that even possible? I just run straight back to what it was that I didn't want to think about. Like, I don't understand that, how people can distract themselves, you know? Because everything that I've used, like, entertainment-wise, to distract myself, it just reminded me of myself. It reminded me of my experience. And I guess I just have, like, extra awareness of that. So I know damn well that there ain't no escape. And man, oh man, is that a luxury. Because, yeah, all these people that chose
social media, it's like they're realizing that there's no escape from this. That's why they're so miserable. Because they voluntarily signed up for that escapism. But it's not working anymore, is it? You're being punished. You're being punished by this world. The only reward that you get from this world is going to be instant gratification. That's it. Temporary satisfaction. It won't satisfy you in the long run. So this existential crisis that people are experiencing, it seems like people are having it to a dramatic extent, like it's being magnified. It's the time that we're in, but also like because of photography, because everybody's got to document everything, that's why it seems like it's way more intense. It's actually not, but technology has fooled you into thinking that all this shit's new. It's not. It's not. It's been around for a long time. Stanley Kubrick tried to tell you. Whatever. I need to watch these movies again. I really need to get back into watching film. I gotta watch my stuff though, man. I really need a live stream. But I hate live streaming. I'd much rather do it this way, because I prefer this method. I'm doing this comedy podcast in a few days at that same place where I usually do it, in the garage. And he does live stream, so I'm going to ask him about that. No, I don't think he's very successful. He's not making any money doing it. But he knows about the technical side of it. And I think you guys know pretty well by now that I'm not very good at the technical side of anything. But I think that's why my filmmaking is pretty authentic, because it's so bad. You know, you can't expect it to be high quality. One of the perks about me is that I just hit record. I'm not trying to impress anybody with my filmmaking skills or anything. I'm just shooting the shit, man. I'm just shooting the shit. Anyway. Oh shit. Let's not get hit by this van. Yeah, I was thinking about high school earlier today, and it made me really sad. Because yeah, it was such a simpler time back when I was in school. You know when 9/11 happened? When 9/11 happened, it was like really obvious that things were changing for the worst. And you could feel it in the air. You could feel how things were changing. And lot of long pauses with this particular video, aren't they? I'm just thinking, y'all. I'm just thinking. I'm lost in my thoughts. Has that ever happened to you as of late? Has that ever happened? Anyway. Well, a lot of people have been saying that, especially with this Charlie Kirk scenario. People have been saying, oh yeah, it just feels like something big's about to happen. I've been saying that shit since 2020. Smarter people have been saying that since 2012. Pay attention to the language. Oh shit, what am I doing? Reverse, 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 reverse. But yeah, like, did we do it? I feel like we did it. Kinda, sorta. Okay. But it's just psychop after psychop after psychop. But that's always been a thing, man. It's just been made blatantly obvious. I guess it's not blatantly obvious to everybody, but it is to those that are wise, that aren't sucked into different political events because of our emotions. Like what I was saying earlier about Donald Trump, they can't give up on that motherfucker because they can't give up on this phony idea of America. But you saw it on the left with George Floyd, you're seeing it on the right with Charlie Kirk, okay? People get sucked into whatever they've been told is happening, or whatever they want to believe is happening, because they're emotionally invested in it. But yeah, it's like, it's just so embarrassing that this country like doesn't believe in critically thinking. Well, if they don't believe in critically thinking, they definitely don't believe in critically feeling, okay? So I said back in 2006 that everybody was going to develop borderline personality disorder if they used a site like Twitter. But I didn't know that it was going to be all the cluster B personality types. But needless to say, here we are.